Digital analytics have made getting data on how your users are interacting with your site or app easier than ever. But if you have little or no context for your numbers, how do you know whether your metrics are good or bad? Contentsquare fills that knowledge gap, bringing you the most comprehensive set of benchmarks out there, making the data you already have more meaningful and giving you an idea of how your digital experience stacks up against others in your industry. 2025's benchmarks are based on anonymized data from 6,000 websites across the world, 9 industries, 90 billion sessions, and nearly 400 billion page views. We've gone deeper than ever in 2025, combining the insights of Contentsquare, Hotjar, and Heap. And true to our mission to get you those aha moments that help you deliver the digital experiences your customers deserve, we're giving you not just free benchmark data, but also actionable insights so you can concentrate on moving the needle on the metrics that matter. Now, let's get to the headlines. Organic traffic declined by 5.7%, driving the development of a new traffic mix, more heavily dependent on paid sources like Google, Meta, and TikTok. And that contributed to the cost of a visit growing by 9%. So you're paying more and more and more for visits, which means you need to make every visit count. You can do that by taking a full journey view of your customer experience and by tapping into new audiences on emerging channels. Consumption. Think engagement stats like session depth, time on site, scroll rate fell by 6.5%, which shows that customers are increasingly unwilling to put up with unengaging, low relevance content. Tackle this through systematic, evidence-led optimization of your content and by making journeys, which are starting from ever more offsite sources, as relevant and tailored as possible. Frustration was down by 2%, great news, but still affected an enormous 40% of sessions. From slow page loads to JavaScript errors or broken links, the tricky part with frustration isn't so much solving it as it is spotting it before it disrupts visits. So our key recommendation here is to embed experience monitoring, real-time alerts, and session replays in your organizational culture. Overall, conversion dropped 6.1%, and conversions from new customers dropped by 7.4%. With traffic also in decline, the pressure is on to turn the conversion trend around. The thing with conversion is that it's a single event that's actually the result of lots of connected events. So improving it means understanding experiences in great depth, identifying and targeting high intent visitors, and removing obstacles to conversion. And we found that sites that deepened the user journey, meaning that they visited more pages, increased conversion rates by 5.4%. And in retention, returning visit traffic was up by 1.9%, and returning visits from paid traffic grew by 5.6%. With new visits declining, securing return visits is more important than ever, but doing that sustainably, in other words, without paying to bring people back, means creating an engaging, friction-free, and relevant experience. And the best way to do that is by asking users for feedback, through surveys, for example, and taking a holistic, multi-visit view of user journeys with product analytics. All in all, the data tells us there's a lot of work to do, both to tackle challenging trends and to improve digital experience in general. You'll find loads more detail in the 2025 benchmarks report, as well as our very best practical advice on what to do in each area. And if you prefer something interactive, we've got an interactive webpage that will let you explore the data by industry to get the most relevant benchmarks for your company. So, what are you waiting for? The link to the PDF report and to our interactive webpage are in the description below, and we'll do our best to answer any questions you post here on YouTube.